Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Ramblin' Hoops. Hope everybody is having a great finals. I'm not, because the Thunder are down 2-1. That is all right. As I said, my prediction is still Thunder in 6. The Warriors won 3 straight in 2022. I honestly don't see a reason why the Thunder can't win 3 straight. Obviously, game 1 and game 2 were... Game 1 was one of the best finals game 1s I think I have ever watched, ever. And it probably could go up there with some of, the best game 1s in NBA finals history with the way it finished, how it ended. Game 2, we had the Thunder absolutely blow out the Pacers. Like I said, game 1, we had the Thunder basically doing whatever they wanted the whole game up until Halliburton ends up hitting the shot. You just can't do anything about that. That's just a loss that you just can't hang your head on. It's a loss that you understand, you grow from. Then we have game 2. Shea obviously put up a very good performance. Set the record for most points scored in a player's first 2 finals games, which is really cool. He had 72 total points. Obviously, that was a lot different from yesterday, where Shea struggled after quite literally getting doubled in every way possible. And Shea absolutely struggled in game 1 or game 3. Obviously he didn't struggle too bad, but he still struggled. Obviously, when you're the MVP of the league and you're getting double teamed like that, you're not always going to be good. I mean, as much as I would like Shea to be able to score on every single double team, I just know that's not physically possible. I will say, there are times for me where going in, like last night, going into the game, I was really cool at first about having to rely on Dub and Chet, but I'm understanding more and more, seriously, these guys are young and they're gonna fuck up a lot. And J-Dub and Chet both struggled game 1, had very decent games game 2, and then both put up decent games again in game 3. The only problem is the first 2 games felt like the Thunder got basically whatever they wanted no matter what, even if they did lose game 1. But game 3, you could definitely feel Pacers basketball. There's no other way to say it other than the Pacers 100% outperformed, outplayed, outperformed, out-hustled, definitely out-rebounded the Thunder in game 3. Dort has been phenomenal from behind the arc. Caruso and Wiggins had a huge game 2. Again, Dub and Chet are kind of putting up performances, but they're never enough, it seems like. There's the lack of scoring from Hartenstein. It feels like, I don't know. Game 3 has been the one where I have, I'm actually stumped. I don't really have, an end all be all answer. Halliburton struggled the first 2 games and we only managed to walk away with 1. We took Siakam completely out of game 2. Miles Turner was taken out offensively game 3 and we still lost. This Pacers team, and I've said it, this Pacers team, you can't just, think, look past them. And it seems like both times now, both losses, the Thunder have looked past them. It doesn't feel like the Pacers absolutely beat us game 3 by playing their way. But at the same time, they were playing their way, but the Thunder were also making like elementary level errors. I have I have never seen teams struggle to inbound the ball against the Pacers. Or I have never seen any other team struggle as much as teams do when they try to inbound the ball against the Indiana Pacers. Caruso just straight up just gave it to TJ McConnell one time, just directly under the basket. There's another time where J-Dub wasn't paying attention after an inbound and gets the ball ripped from him. There's a couple of times where they tried to put the ball in Cason Wallace's hands to go up the court with TJ McConnell on him. And there was a few times where I was terrified because one of the times TJ McConnell stole the fucking ball from Queso's hands and laid it up. Queso, I also like to say, Queso has been fantastic on the defense for his first finals. I mean, all of these guys are basically in their first finals. Most of these guys are playing okay for their first final. That's what fucks the Thunder. They have the depth, they just don't have the experience. The Pacers have the depth with some experience. And you can obviously see that. And I don't know, like I understand the game. I understand the game slows down. Or I understand like I understand the game slows down in the playoffs. But to just forget how to play basketball is a completely different thing. Like the Thunder just overthought so hard in game 3 to where they were, I mean, almost every steal you saw the Thunder make was a head scratcher. Why are you throwing that pass? Why are you passing that way? Why are you passing to that clogged paint? Like it doesn't, like that whole game 3 felt like the Thunder didn't know what decision to make. And I gotta give credit to the Pacers for that. There's no way you don't give credit to the Pacers for that. Both of these teams, guys, are in the NBA Finals for a reason. I'm sick and tired of people downplaying either one of these teams or any of the teams that have made the team made the finals for a reason because they won 12 games because they needed to win 12 games before they lost 4 times in just one series. Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell had a fantastic performance in game 3. Benedict Mathurin, I believe, ended up shooting or ended up scoring, I think, more points than Shea. Shea had a very rough game. And this is the second game in a row where Chet starts off hot and then just disappears in the second half. I felt like I saw quite literally nothing from Chet in that second half. Dub started to kick it up. Like I said, Shea was struggling. Those double teams were really giving him some work. Dort was nailing some huge threes. Again, I really, and you know, I'll love to get some shit for it later. Maybe I really feel like Hartenstein has had almost no impact in this finals, and that could be just me. I would personally like to say I've seen every finals game so far. Maybe I'm not paying attention enough, but I feel like Hartenstein has been absolutely non-existent this whole playoffs game or this whole series. We're getting a rebounding and we're getting some passing here and there. Non-existent from I don't think I've missed his floater go down a few times. But I feel like there's a lack of aggression from Hartenstein. I feel like there's a lack of aggression from Cason at times when it comes to the offensive side of the ball. Although I would just say he's mainly our transition scoring guy, and that's really how he makes most of his money on the offensive side of the ball. Halliburton was very aggressive in this game 3. Was getting a lot of shit for game 1 and game 2. Not being aggressive enough. And he went out and he just did what Halliburton has done this whole playoffs. He has had a very inconsistent playoff series or had a very inconsistent playoff run so far. A lot of games or a couple of games where it's like 15 points on horrendous shooting and really bad turnovers, or he'll give you 25 and 11 assists with 0 turnovers on 50% shooting from 3. He's very inconsistent, and Shea has had the same problems. This playoffs has been, a lot of people have been in and out, it feels like, of performances. Rick Carlisle, seriously, dude, the moment Shea went out in that second quarter, it was just like full court press. It really felt like they were showing us a different look every time on defense. 1 second they would full court press the only time with all 3 guys. The other times they would only have like 1 guy just guard the ball handler. Other times they just wouldn't even full court press. Sometimes they would double Shea. Sometimes they would send help late, send help early. They literally threw so many different looks at the Thunder, and it got them thinking a lot. And that's when I was saying they were overthinking so much to the point where they just forgot how to play basketball. And my goodness, you just have to give a lot of credit to this Pacers team. It's hard for me to sit here and say I'm not upset. Because I am. I'm 100% upset about this loss. I believe. I'm all right with losing this game. It's just like the fact that we lost game 1 now makes the fact that we lost game 1 makes this game 3 loss even harder. And the Thunder have been in this position before. And I will say, I think, and this is going to sound really elementary. This is going to sound very elementary. And I'm trying to break this down in simple terms. This could just be copium. This could be huge copium for me. The Thunder have been on both sides of the ball. They have swept the series and they have gone to a game 7. The Pacers haven't really experienced that yet this playoffs. And I believe that right there, and how we have been able to bounce back after losses in the regular season and bounce back in losses in the playoffs, I just don't see a world where this team doesn't just be like, all right, we had our heads up our ass last game. That absolutely cannot happen anymore. And this is a team that really grinds. But the Pacers aren't going to back down. The Pacers are 100% not going to back down. They have that chip on their shoulder. Everybody was counting them out. They're going to want to win. They're going to fight tooth and nail. And last night they showed that. I will say, it throws me off that I haven't seen much Isaiah Joe this playoffs. I would honestly like to see some Isaiah Joe, but I think it's too far gone now to where there might not be a point to play him. But at the same time, I think like everybody on this team has played enough to where it can definitely be beneficial. Again, man, I really just want to I want to give a shout out to the Pacers. I know I'm ranting a lot more about the Thunder losing than I am talking about the Pacers. The Pacers absolutely won this game. This was by no means like it was the Thunder's fault, but it was the Pacers. It was the Pacers that were making the Thunder slip up and be in like in. You get what I'm trying to say. The Pacers sped them up, causing them to mess up. That is why they messed up. I'm mad at them for allowing the Pacers to do that. I'm mad at them for allowing the Pacers to do that because I believe that this team is much, much better than the Pacers. And right now we're not showing it. Obviously, playoff basketball is different. That's all I got, guys. I mean, the playoffs in general have been amazing. This finals has been amazing. This has been one of my favorite finals. I mean, yeah, I'm a little biased because the Thunder are in it, but this is becoming one of my, favorite final series, and I'm stressed the fuck out, man. I'm just kidding. I'm not that stressed. I don't like Dort forcing these middies that he was forcing yesterday. Obviously, the defense wanted him to get that. The defense sped up the Thunder a lot. Seriously, the Pacers came to play today. The Pacers absolutely 100% came to play, and the Thunder are just gonna have to bounce back like we always have. Neither one of these teams, I believe, has lost 2 times in a row in the playoffs, so it's very interesting to see, which would call for a game 7, but at the same time, I just don't see a world where the Pacers win away. And I think that's a big. I don't think they win any more away games is what I guess I should say, because they downright stole game 1, and that's all you can say is they stole it. But yeah, no, seriously, credit to all of these guys. I mean, they're all out there fucking hooping. I'm jealous. I wish I could go out there and play, in the NBA finals. But seriously, like let's enjoy basketball. Let's not get mad at our teams when they lose, and give TJ McConnell 5 steals. Anyways, that's been it for Ramblin' Hoops, guys. I hope you all have an amazing day. Game 1 will come out when this video, or game 1 will be, or game 4. I apologize. Game 4. This video will come out tomorrow, and that is game 4, which is a Friday. So I hope you all have a great rest of your day. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Deuces.